Hi, welcome back to my journal journey. Today I'm setting up autumn one in my work journal. For the opening of each half term, I tend to go with a similar theme, and because I've got so much vintage stuff, I decided to go vintage. It's mainly washi tapes and some stickers that I really want to use up because they've got a lot of white space around the pictures. I know using it in a cream journal is not the most ideal, but I kind of just want these stickers gone. I love them to bits, but I've got so many of them. Some are easy to trim down, like this one here, but others have got such intricate shapes that I can't trim them down. So this is just a few opening pages for autumn one where I put the title of the term. Usually have 2 to 4 note pages. I did try something with the last journal and had like what topic, what the seating arrangements were, going full on teacher planner stuff. But flicking through my old journal, I just didn't use the pages. And when I'm really busy with work, I don't find myself flicking back. I'll just put it on whatever week I'm working on with notes and jottings and leaving pages empty. I could put whatever I like on there. I'm usually pretty good at finding my notes in my work journals, so it's not something that I worry too much about. I did put a topic title on this page using blue mild liners. Whether I'll use it for topic notes or not, who knows? The mild liners work really, really well in this book, unlike a lot of other pens. If you watch the setup to this book, you will know. So I've made a decision to do pretty much all drawings, colourings, decoration that I'm drawing in with mild liners. Setting up for September, I'm using a lot of stencils from Upsdaisy. The one with leopard print that I've just moved, that is one that I made myself on Cricut, and I used it when I was first in one of these journals and I found my go-to style that I enjoyed. When doing this setup, I thought, I've been told my new class is really creative, they've really got a spark, they're absolutely amazing. I thought, great. I love arts and crafts. I've got this paintbrush stencil, I'll do painting as my theme. Proper got into it, just went full on, and then I realised I just don't draw that much in this journal usually. It's usually quite a quick setup, so this setup took a little bit longer than normal. It looks really cute, but I was really sad because I was adamant that I had some stickers of famous painting styles or famous paintings like Monet, and I don't. I searched everywhere and I just don't have them. So I was really upset about that. Tearing all my sticker boxes and hidey holes apart. I'm not upset with how the theme turned out. I just would have liked a nice little sticker here and there. I'm using some colourful washi tape These are some washi tapes that I do not usually gravitate to or pick up. I don't think I've ever used a couple of them. So I was really pushing myself to use something different. My other option was to use just bold colours, but decided against that. And me being a bit extra, I decided to do the title with a different colour per letter. And because I'm a genius like that. Looks really effective when you pull the stencil away. But yeah, I was having fun. I sometimes forget that I'm filming. I ended up filming about 3 weeks of the weekly setups, but because they're all the same, I've cut them out the video. I just got so into doing the journal that I forgot about the camera. I like to have these pages as open as possible, again for notes and meetings. I could do it in a different book, but I like to shove everything that people have said that's important in the one book, because I walk around with this book a bit like my security blanket, and I've always got it with me. So if anyone asks me to look back or can you remember, I know that I would have written it down in here. That's why I've got so many what look to be quite blank pages. I have to say, I'm really excited. It has been, I think, a year since I was in one of these journals, and it's one of the large journals from Paperchase. That I bought about 6 of them when Paperchase went into administration, just so that I had a stock. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when these run out. I'm now going on to my mandatory notes pages. I didn't even bother putting a title of notes on there. I wanted a bit of decoration, otherwise the page is too boring. But because the drawing of the paintbrushes, and I knew that I had quite a few to draw, at least 4, I didn't want to spend too much time on the notes page. This is where a nice sticker would come in handy. Part of me wants to go and look for some, but I know that it's not worth it. I'm just trying to, again, utilise some washi tape that I've not used ever. I'm being really ruthless with my washi tape at the moment, so anything that is not calling to me is just going in a bucket for my class to use. And every time I've taken washi tape into classrooms, the children have loved using it, and because it's just there, I don't say you can only use a little bit, they just go crazy. And it's wonderful to see some of the creations that they end up coming up with. Some just like to cover the whole page with washi tape, and if they get enjoyment out of it, I'm happy. As you can see with the mild liners, there's a little bit of ghosting when you colour in with them, but it's nothing too bad that it bothers me, unlike the King Art and the Tombow. So this stencil is just used to put a box for each day of the week and one for the weekend. I was contemplating whether to put the weekend box in. And I decided to. I'm using my little stamper from the works, just putting the ink pad in, and me being a genius. I was having problems stamping it to begin with, so I decided to put my old work journal underneath to lift it up, and then I realised I stamped it upside down. So I made sure to turn it the right way around. I should really sharpie a smiley face or something so that I know that it's facing the right way when I come to stamp. I'll fix it in a bit. It was, I think, £2 or £3, and I still absolutely love the stamp, even if I do sometimes stamp upside down. I was having a great deal of trouble with Sunday while I was setting up a few spreads in this journal. Sunday was just perplexing me. Don't know why. I think it's because the journal underneath isn't as big, so it wasn't as sturdy underneath. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Who knows? I've changed the setup of the right hand page. I used to split it into a half at the bottom and then 3/4 at the top. But because of the way that my new workplace runs things, there's not necessarily a Monday morning briefing, so you don't get those catch-all notes. So I felt like I just wasn't using them. So I've just left it as a full page for notes. So I have my weekly events, my to-do list, and then notes from any trainings, briefings, emails, just anything that I need to jot down on the right hand side. I have no idea where that smudge came from. Even looking back now, still not sure how I managed it. To cover it up, I just drew a splodge on top and coloured it in, and you'd never notice. This journal has just seemed to get all the mistakes from me at the moment. But we live and learn, and we adapt to what we've got. So that's my weekly spread, and all the other three are set up the exact same. Just needed to check on the dates and how many weeks. Usually I use my go-to bookmark, but my phone was just at the side, so I decided to look at that. This is the final flip through of the autumn one pages and then September, and I love the colours and how vibrant it is. And I did add little calendar tabs because they're always a must. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.